Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ed from Burtech. Today we got a couple reviews to do. I'm going to be reviewing a Twig stove, and I'm also going to be reviewing my coffee pot that I promised I would do the last time. With no further ado, here we go. My cheat sheet. Okay, everyone, today first we're going to start off with our Twig stove. This is the Maxboost Twig stove we bought here in Japan. The American equivalent is called the Lixada. Retails for about $35 on Amazon.com. In Japan it's about 2,600 yen. It has a very small form factor. It's actually very light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up. We're going to get it lit up, and then I'm going to go into the second part of the review in regards to my kettle, which I promised to do. It comes in this nice little pack. It folds flat, which is very nice. Basically has a few parts. This is your base. You have side panels, 1, 2, 3, 4 side panels, and you have 2 cross members that go up top. Putting it together is relatively easy, but it can actually get a little tricky, especially after this has been used. I've been using this a lot. For purposes of review, it's going to hopefully give a better review. So what I'm doing is I'm just sliding in everything. You have these little notches you have to clip in, like so. And you have the base clip. Just like so. You're going to put on your front. And clip in the other half, like so. And voila, there you have it. You have your crossbar, which goes up top. This is to hold your pots. Voila, and then here you have it, all put together, relatively sturdy. Just make sure you have everything put in here nice and tight. Couple of features I want to show you. This has a very large opening right here. This is how you feed your fire. Some of them don't have this, some you have to feed from the top. Some people like that. I personally don't. I'd rather feed it from the side. It's actually a lot easier to do, a lot more convenient. So what I'm going to be doing now is I have some tinder and stuff. I have some wood. I'm going to get this thing lit up. Maybe. If you watched my last video, I'm just breaking up all the fibers, getting everything ready. I don't know how this is going to work because this material is not the best to start fires. If I can get my ferro rod out again. Pull off the top so I can get the tinder in there once it's lit. Like I said, once again, if it lights. I'm just feeding it from the top right at the beginning, because I have to add leaves and stuff and hopefully get the fire going really good. And this basically uses small twigs, that's it. Just keep on feeding the fire, small twigs. Everything gets lit up. Clear the space around your stove so you don't catch fire to everything. There we have it, a lit stove. I'm usually not that good at it, just to let you know. Now this is also going really good because I have a really strong wind. I'm actually might take some rocks and put it around it to block the wind. As I can tell, it's going pretty good. There's a lot of dry leaves here. You do not want to start a forest fire. I'll be right back after I grab a rock or two and make a wind screen. Benefit of this type of stove here in Japan is that a lot of places do not allow ground fires, and this constitutes as non-ground fire. It's actually a stove, so you're able to use them in a lot of camping areas out here in Japan. In America, I haven't been camping in America in a very long time, so I don't even know. But once you get everything in, it's good to go. After the fire dies down just a little bit, get everything pushed down a little bit, I'll put my top on and tell you what I like about it and what I don't like about it. Nice and warm. I highly recommend to use a windscreen. As you can tell, the wind's blowing straight in. I do have a little barrier of rocks here to block some of the wind, but the windier it is, the more fuel you're going to use. It will have a lot of air to it, and you just go through your wood like you wouldn't believe, even on a small stove like this. If anyone back in the United States has any mechanics gloves, please send me a pair. They're super expensive out here in Japan. There you go. Now you have the top on. Now that you have the top on, you can just feed it right from the side. You can actually add larger stuff into it. Try to get a nice bed of coals in there. Get that heat rising. Now the opening is very wide, some are very narrow, so when you're throwing the wood in, you should have plenty of room. You can stoke it right up. Like so. Now it comes in this nice little carrying case. Like I said, it does fold down very flat. I mean, I actually put this in my water bladder sleeve, keeps it out of the way, and I know where it is all the time. It also, after you're done, it gets very dirty. Wash it off in the river, then you can throw it in here. It's going to keep it separated from your normal gear. Keep it nice and clean. Pros to this: very light, convenient, very easy to use. Especially, like I said, I'm in Japan, so many places you're not allowed to have ground fires. Some places you are. This makes it so you're allowed to, because it's not actually on the ground. It's relatively easy to put together, but when you first put it together, practice with it. Don't just go out and try to use it. Practice with it, because getting those little notches in, it can be a pain in the butt sometimes. Things I don't like about it: when it gets really warm, it warps. Even though it is stainless steel, it does warp a little bit. This crossbeam right here, if you don't put this in and seat it right, it can actually fall in. If you have a cup of water on it, you can spill your water. If you do not have a cooling solution after you're done with this, like a river nearby, it takes a little time for it to cool down. Also, the edges on this are actually kind of sharp. You can cut your finger, which I've done on this particular stove, and I've done it on many other stoves. But that's this in a nutshell. Like I said, it's called the Maxboost here in Japan. I will have links to this in the description below to my Amazon affiliate account. Just to let you know, my Amazon affiliate account are things that I recommend. I'm not getting paid by these companies to do this. But if I like a product, I will recommend it. If I do not like a product, I will not give you the link. You can look it up yourself. But I believe, and if I have something good that I think people would like, why not share it with people? See if I can help people out on where to find it on Amazon and all that stuff. So if you like this, the link will be in the description below. Getting on to part 2, which kind of coincides with part 1. I've talked about this in I believe my last video. Hold on, let me get my cheat sheet out here. This right here is from Kessel. I'm going to probably butcher this name. Uberleben bushcraft pot. Retail on this is about $32, very reasonable. It does come with a canvas bag, but I happen to have misplaced it. Okay. Here we are. Okay. Characters on this has a nice hardwood handle holder right here. Just basically stainless steel pot with a removable handle, like so, for easy storage. Put this right in the bag. One problem with it: if you're going to store it, make sure you screw the screw back in, or you'll probably end up losing it. It does have a paracord wrapping on the handle, which is good and bad, and I'll explain why in a little while. Very lightweight. It's actually kind of small. It's I believe 1.1 liter. Plenty enough for a couple cups of coffee, or if you're boiling water, if you have mountain house meals or dehydrated meals, you can actually just boil water in here, pour it right in. It fits really nice. It cleans up really good. I've been using this and the stove probably for about the last year. So it's very well used. I have a lot of experience with these, and they actually work. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to boil up some water and probably get my coffee ready. And while I'm doing that, make sure this is My fire is stocked, and I might try to make a hanger for this and show you how it hangs, just like this. Okay, so I'm going to fill up the water and let the water boil up. Okay, I made a hanger for it to show you that the handle does work. It is boiling up right now. I just carved this out really quick. I will explain to you later in another video how I do this when I do a full bushcraft video. This ground is frozen. I can't stake it into the ground, so I just propped it up with rocks. But, as you can tell, it works. So now, my favorite time, coffee time. Nice cup of coffee on a cold day. If you hear stuff walking around us out here, that is because we are surrounded by monkeys. There's monkeys all up on the hill. They camouflage in really well, but they're looking all around us. So that's it in a nutshell. I hope you liked the reviews today. Once again, this is the Maxboost Twig stove. There'll be a link in the description, and this is my clean pot. I'm not even going to pronounce the German name. I'll butcher it as usual, but they'll have a link for that in the description below. Once again, if I do not recommend something, I will not give you a link. I'm not trying to make $1 million out of this. I'm just trying to get a good following with people, and hopefully people can trust my opinion, and if they want a piece of gear, you know, it's a good place to maybe find it. And that will be all. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all the next time. Aloha. This area is the place I was talking about. When the fire comes up along the sides, if you have a big fire going, like a big campfire, you notice right here, it is all melted. It gets very hot, and if you get that on your skin, it's got to stick to you and just keep on burning and burning. Be careful about this. That's the only complaint I have about this. Here it is. Nice 360 for you. On my way home, family of monkeys. Now the sad part about this is the Japanese government and local government here is destroying this river system. They're putting a high-speed bullet train through these mountains, and they're tearing up a lot of the terrain so they can get the trucks in and the mining equipment in and start digging out everything for the tunnels for the new Shinkansen or bullet train. Unfortunately, this government doesn't take into consideration what it does to nature, which is too bad, because this is actually a beautiful place. Natural resources like monkeys, a beautiful river. This river right here actually has trout way up in the towards the mountains, basically where I filmed the first section. beautiful area. I just don't understand why they want to destroy it for something they don't need.